origin of Purono Kolkata's Bengali food items. Bengal is famous for its food and cuisine ever since the establishment of civilization spread over 222,000 square kilometers of present Bangladesh and West Bengal, consisting of 222 million Bengalis of Bangladesh, 81 million of West Bengal. Traditionally, Bengal has been renowned for its extraordinary fertile agricultural land, and at the same time the rivers of Bengal are apparently inexhaustible resource of different varieties fish. That is why from the early days Bengal emerged as the rich source of different cuisines, with all the effort from not only the ladies but also the Bengali babus. Nearly 5,000 years ago, paddy cultivation came to Bengal from Southeast Asia. The first Bengali text of the 11th century, the Chorjapad, described fishing, hunting and crop producing were the main occupation of Bengalis. It is only in the Mughal Kavyas in the 15th century different kinds of dal and processes of cooking is mentioned. Source: Chitra Banerjee, 2005. Khichuri, a preparation of rice and dal often offered to deities as bhog. The Bengali dishes were differentiated as per features like chorbo, chusho, lejjo and peo. Bengali follows the Brihadarma Purano. Brihadarma Purano, in the contrary of Vishnu Purana, where the food items are consumed in the sequence of boiled rice with ghee, followed by spinach and vegetable curries, then fish or mutton, and end with milk dahi, mishti dahi. Says it has been taken from the source Ray, 1987. A verse from the Prokito Pengala, composed in probably the 13th century, says Ogara Bhatta Rambhapatta, রম্ভপাত্তা মানে হচ্ছে খুব সম্ভবত কলা গাছের যে পাতা, গায়িকা ঘিত্ত দিগ জুত্তা, मैनी मच्छा नाली चगच्छा दिज्जल कांत खा पुनर्बंता, means served with hot rice on the banana leaf with ghee, morula fish, fried leaf of jute plant and some hot milk. Kobi Kankan Mukundaram Chakraborty in Chandimangal, 16th century, mentioned multiple vegetarian and non-vegetarian dishes. Among those, shukto, kusumbari, cake made of lentils, mainly biulir dal, normally fried in oil, prawn, chital fish fried, pui shak, kochur torkari, etc. There was also mention of chochuri, khoi, kasundi, karanjar tok, thor, dumur, chingri bhaja, etc. Sukumar Sen provides detailed information regarding popular Bengali food culture, as for example, Naru, Moa, Khaja, Kadma, Pithe বা পিঠা, পিষ্টক in Sanskrit, দুধ সাকার, খিরিস বা or ক্ষীর, শিখরিনী, etc. I mentioned the names of different Bengali dishes we can guess from the available literature of the day in Bengal. This trend continued till 18th century. With the invasion of the Muslim rulers, gradually the new dishes like kalia, kofta, kebab, biryani, pulao started to take place in the menu of Bengali society. Though these dishes were not prepared in the general Bengali families, still these were made in the families of high stature who used to invite different religious persons in the functions. But these items were strictly kept at a different site, and the Hindu Bengalis did not touch even see for the fear of becoming untouchable in the society. It took at least 50 to 75 years to become these items to gain place in the general Hindu Bengali society, and we are to give credit to the Nabbo Bengali Babus for this. With the start of European footsteps in the greater Bengal, beginning with Portuguese and followed by Dutch, French, Danish and the British, the culture of Bengal started to change with rapid pace. The precious items, the Portuguese, who were the first European to arrive, also brought along with them some new vegetables and food items such as potato, chili pepper, okra, tomato, cauliflower, cabbage, bread, cheese, jelly and biscuits. Source Habib 2014 and Sen 1997. But notably, those new vegetables and food items were not so popular until the British became the administrators of Bengal and promoted those things for mass consumptions. The East India Company took control of Bengal, Bihar and parts of Orissa from Shah Alam II in 1765. As a result, Bengal and nearby lands became the first neighborhoods in India to witness the direct impact of British supremacy and modernization. The 19th century became the high point of British-Indian mutual reciprocation, especially within Bengal. This was a time of great culture, social and political metamorphosis. A class of Bengali elite germinated which could mingle with the British. This was the Bhadralok, a socially privileged and superior group economically dependent on land rents, professional and clerical employment. During the second half of the 18th century, this elite group started to reside in Kolkata. The Bengal Renaissance has commenced from this very group, starting with Raja Ram Mohan Roy, who was the most prominent exponent of the transition. Members of this class were Hindus, mostly of high caste, literate, employed in the offices of Mughal officials and zamindars of teaching or teaching institutions and cultivated the cosmopolitan Mughal culture. Also, Shakti worship, a typical feature of the Bengali Hindus, started becoming popular around this time. All these developments influenced the shaping of the culinary culture in pre-modern Bengal. Many attributed the sudden development of the sweet industry in Bengal to the Portuguese. It is possible to think of Bengali food without sweets made of posset or cottage cheese. Rasgulla, sandesh and chamcham are inseparable parts of Bengali culture. Actually, one cannot find any mention of cottage cheese in Bengali text till the 16th century, as among the Hindus, curdling the milk to make posset and cottage cheese was considered improper. Cottage cheese made in Portugal is almost identical with the Bengali version of cheese chana. So many carried the Portuguese with importing cottage cheese to Bengal. The Portuguese introduced three types of cheese in Bengal: cottage cheese, bandel cheese, and Dhakai paneer. However, one may attribute the improvement of Bengali confectionery in the 18th century to urbanization and the growth of a cosmopolitan urban culture. In this era, Murshidabad, Bardhaman, Bishnupur, and Krishnanagar in western Bengal, along with Dhaka and Natur in eastern Bengal, become major centers. Naturally, a landed and professional elite, Bhadralok populace, grew up there, which was not satisfied with simple country-made products and demanded more sophisticated food products. Later, Bhavani Charan Banerjee noted how in the early 19th century urban centers such as Janai, Shantipur and Bardhaman were becoming well known for specific sweets like Raskara, Moa and Ola. After the partition of Bengal on the basis of religion, the influx of Bengali Hindus from East Bengal started, and there was major influx in 1946 Hindu-Muslim riot and 1971 Bangladesh war. Dhaka, the metropolis of the region, had developed a distinct food culture and its own by the early 19th century. It was famous for its amriti, jilepi, malai, chana, pranohara, sandesh, pot kheer wrapped in banana leaves, kheer malpoa, sweet doi, doi means curd, goja, khaja, lal mohon, nadan khara, and the other sweetened items made with breads. Among fish preparations, Morala fish with uche, kachki fish fried, koi with fulgopi, chital fish or pabda fish with dhania, coriander, mug dal with মাছের মুড়ো, চিতল মাছের মুইঠা. Variety of hilsa fish dishes came to Calcutta. They include shutki, dried rotten sea fishes, laksa, topse, and lotte, Bombay duck. So, thank you, friends. This was my paper which I have written for you, particularly in the month of Boishak, when only 3 days ago we have celebrated Pohela Boishak, a New Year, a Bengali New Year. Thank you very much for your uh, for giving me the years, lend me the years to the this article. I have used the references here. Number one, Chitra Banerjee, 2005, Life and Food in Bengal, New Delhi, Penguin Books. Then Irfan Habib, 2014, The Agrarian Systems of Mughal India, 1556 to 1707, revised edition, New Delhi, Oxford University Press. And then three, Shubhajit Haldar, Our Food, Their Food, a historical overview of the Bengali platter. Then number four reference is uh, Purono Roy, 1987, Banglar Khabar, Kolkata Sahityolok publication. And Som Shankar Rai, A Curious Cuisine, Bengali Culinary Culture in Pre-Modern Times. Thank you again, and please subscribe my channel so that you get more research podcast like videos and on other types of types of things from my channel. My videos will be particularly based on our land, our culture, our heritage, all these things. Thank you again. Thank you very much.